Think it, do it, fix it. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics. So I know that is a little bit vague of a title, but this is kind of something important, and I just kind of realized that I was doing the same thing. So I can speak to this relatively similarly and real time. So what am I talking about? Learning something new, trying something new, stretching yourself. I can speak to this personally or professionally with the challenges that I have going on. So let's talk about machine learning, and then I'll bring this all back in. So I was hesitant, resistant. I began to ask some of the same questions that I get asked, and I didn't notice I was being asked, or I didn't notice that I was thinking the same questions I was being asked. Like, where should I start? What should I read? These are my questions. I was starting to reach out to individuals with the same type questions I get. So one of the last ones that I just got into a discussion on the Discord server was somebody was trying to get into a raced car and learn to drive. They were trying to learn a library while trying to get it to work in, I believe it was Visual Studio. Visual Studio is a very powerful tool, but it is the most complex and very picky editor there is. So when you're learning, so if you're, let's say you're watching this and you're a brand new programmer, just use the shell that comes with Python when you download it from python.org. That is plenty fine. You don't want to be spending, the reason why I'm talking about this is you do not want to be spending time learning how to use an application to learn to program, because you're doing two things at one time and you're going to get doubly frustrated. Learn Python, learn the syntax, because not just are you going to be learning, if you have zero, especially if you have zero experience with programming, because so you're actually going to be doing two things. Order of operations is the basis of programming. What do I need to do next? What do I need to do now? How do I need to order this to get the results that I'm expecting? That's really what programming is. Then you have to, on top of that, learn how to structure that with a programming language, the syntax, the words to use. And then now you're adding a very picky, I can't think of a better word, a very picky language, a very picky application in with Visual Studio. I equate it to a story that I heard, I equated to a story that I experienced when I was a young person and I was at a tennis camp. And I was with the pro, and I said something along the lines of, well, I can't beat you. You have a better racket than I do. And I think I honestly thought it was the racket. So we traded rackets, and I lost miserably. And I was like, that was kind of when I started to notice things. And that's also, this isn't what is spoken about, but you have to notice things. If you want to be a very good programmer, you have to notice subtleties. You have to be able to read a line. Now, somebody who's dyslexic, when you're trying to find a mistake between test X, train X. Now, Spider helps right here, but I used to sometimes flip this around. X train X, and be like, what are you talking about? So you have to notice things. But the real point here is you have to think of something you want to do. You have to try it. And think it, try it, fix it. Okay. So the reason why I say try it is because it's not going to go well. And that's why you have to fix it, and you have this feedback loop. But what I'm really, the really point of this entire video is you have to find a starting point, and you're going to learn really, really quickly. Am I too far up the skill level, or am I too far down the skill level? So let's kind of look at our real time of what we started here. So I wanted to learn machine learning, and I knew I just had to start. All right. Well, I learned very quickly I was starting in the wrong place. We started with a data set that I didn't have any classifiers. It was just raw data. There wasn't anything to train. Okay, so I took a step back. So I thought it, I tried it, I fixed it. So we went all the way back to flower data. Well, then I had to learn, okay, well, if I need to, if I have a train Y, I have to have a classifier. I have to identify, is this good? Is this bad? What is this? So picking an arbitrary starting point, even though it was not the right starting point, I learned something out of it. That's why that do and fix. Try and fix, do and fix. Sorry, it's a new little phrase I'm coming up with, so I apologize. It is vital. You're going to, and you have to embrace that you're going to be wrong with the try. And that's fine. That's why there's this super secret third step, fix it. And then you go back and you learn, what am I fixing about the try? Am I fixing where the try is? Am I fixing an understanding? So I guess if we recap, I was already beginning to learn about classifiers, and then that sent me down the whole rabbit hole of support vector machines, the algorithms associated with it. So I had to pick an arbitrary starting point. I didn't know where it needed to be, but I learned very quickly that I needed to slide all the way back, and I found a starting point of things to learn. So I know this rambled a little bit. There's a lot more here, but you have to get over the fear. And I'm saying this because I was just doing this. We delayed videos for probably 2 months because I was fearful about wanting to start. But I also know I just have to start. And I had to make myself start. It's like trying to push a car that's sitting still. That first inch is the most challenging. And then once after it gets rolling, you're just moving. And then you can speed up a little bit, and then you'll almost be at your jog. So, all right, there you go, guys. Please make sure you're jumping over to the Discord server. A lot of great conversations over there. That's where this whole discussion came from. Please drop any comments, questions, video requests. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.